Welcome to another installment of Interviews with Meech. This is your boy Meech Castro, man. I'm over here in the Gas Chamber Battle League YouTube channel. My special guest once again for part 2 is my guy Hondow, man, Philly's own, you know what I mean, hip hop artist, battle rapper. But he's taking a little hiatus. I'm trying to get him inspired. I'm trying to get myself back inspired. But Hondow, he was here last week for his interview, and he had a very, very interesting story, man. And I felt like we was on this joint. The last interview last week was like 2 hours. You know what I mean? And that was going through like his old battles back in the day with K Walker and Caution. We're gonna talk a little about that. Because I went back and watched them Jones. So because I wanted to talk to you first, then I wanted to watch it, then I want to come back and talk. But anyway, but yeah, man. So listen, man, I want to remind everybody, like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. You know what I mean? I want to remind everybody, turn your notifications on. Mother Smalls, what up? You know me. What up, Mother? Shouts out to you, man. HMO family, Gas Gang. You know what I mean? You already know what it is. But I want to remind everybody, like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I want to remind everybody to turn your notifications on so you can tell and be the first to know when we drop new content, or we go live with an interview like we usually do on Wednesdays. We did it on we do on Thursday this week. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube, man. Follow us on our socials. Gas Chamber Battle League on everything. Hondow, what's up, man? How you doing?
A little tired today, but you already know, man.
We're gonna muscle through, man.
Little tired day today, man. But you know,
muscle through. We're gonna muscle through, man. So listen, before we get started, right, and get back to where we ended the first part of the interview, we're gonna go to the K Walker battle, right? Because that battle happened first before the Caution battle, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but to me, the K Walker battle, you seemed more comfortable than the Caution battle. For whatever reason, I know it was years in between, but you seemed more comfortable. You was snapping in that K Walker battle. Don't get me, that was a great battle though, because Walker definitely held his own, and he did the whole 1-48 shit and all that good stuff. Caution, I felt like you beat him. And then also with the fumble, I think that was round 3. You know what I mean? So you won that battle. You know what I mean? You want to refresh everybody's memory on how you feel about those battles real quick?
I mean,
I gave my opinion.
You know, the very first battle, the very first zone was the K Walker battle,
Right.
And like I told you, I didn't know how the battle scene was, so I just came off.
Yeah, you was new to it.
I thought it was, yeah. So I probably did feel more comfortable in that type of setting. Feel me? Just pushing myself in it how I thought it was. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking it was that way when it really.
Because I remember you was telling me you didn't know who Vlad was.
Yeah, I didn't know.
He used it in his round.
Yeah, I never knew. I didn't know who Vlad was. None of that type shit. I mean, but I also didn't know about the having crowd control. None of that type shit. You know, back in 04, 05, 06, 07, 08.
I think that K Walker battle was 2014.
It was like 2013, 2014.
2013, 2014. It's on the Headshots Battle League page or whatever he was calling it. I forgot what he was calling it, Headshots, but just look it up. K Walker versus Hondow. It'll pop right up.
Yeah. But like I was saying, like you see the difference between the battle that I was battling, how I was battling. That was my first battle. I thought the battling was the same as the battling in 2010, 2009.
Yeah, back in the day shit. Just
when you didn't have to have crowd control. Me and you could just battle right now and that battle would be popping. It don't need to be no top crowd control. It don't even need to be
right. It just wasn't structured to one specific person.
Exactly.
It was just a rap for anybody back then.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. I mean, and that's how I came at it in that battle. In that battle, you know what I'm saying? So I probably was a little more comfortable in that because I didn't know anything else.
Right.
But with the Caution battle, you gotta have crowd control. You
Right.
gotta have some hot, like I mean. So that wasn't really my setting, but I still did the same type of battling that I did with
Yeah.
Walker with
I
him.
felt like the more like your rounds 2 and 3 was better than your rounds 1 because you were more comfortable as the battle went along. You got
What,
more and more
Walker battle?
comfortable.
What, a K
Huh?
Walker battle?
For both of them. I just felt like your rounds 2 and 3 was better than your rounds 1 because you just felt more comfortable as the battle. Like just with basketball. Like when you playing ball, you playing football, and as the game go along, you get more in your rhythm, you get more in the game, you get better. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's how I felt you were with the battle rap shit when with the rounds. As the rounds went on, Hondow got better and better as the rounds went on. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I
but
felt like you got comfortable.
my first round in the K Walker battle, that was like one of my favorite raps I ever like now ever wrote. I think the first one and like the second John, like when I was like, take you the fuck up, set you the fuck up. I ain't from South Philly, but I
Set you the
set
fuck
you.
up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like one of the like when I was writing that type shit, like it was just all hard shit, feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Then the first John was like all it was all bars, you know what I'm saying? What I say? I said fucking what I say, I said kill your whole family tree. Turn your family tree into a nick bag or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like all that shit was just all
Yeah,
bars.
I one joint you was like, even your god mom. I was like, damn, I ain't
Yeah.
never heard nobody say your god mom. Like, damn, like
Mm-hmm.
even that's crazy.
Yeah,
The
so
god mom?
back then that's what I was trying to just focus on all the bars back then. I didn't know nothing about no funny shit, having crowd control or making
Right.
people laugh. I wanted to
I
make
felt like also
fun.
with the K Walker battle, you had more support there. People don't understand because that goes for the look of the battle rap.
Yeah,
When you
because
have more support in the building, you get more cheers and stuff like that. It just looks and kind of feels more better than you know what I mean. Because the caution battle was like just the whole crowd was just caution.
yeah, because you get more support with that. You get more support when nobody don't know you. Feel me?
Right.
Didn't nobody know me, so people didn't know. People just was like, oh, they had a battle. They didn't really care who won. They don't care if I won because I didn't, because they don't know if I talk shit or they don't know what type. You know what I mean, whatever. They don't know they don't know me, so they don't really care who wins. You know what I'm saying, but once they got to know me, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
I talk shit and all that other shit. Well, at that time I was talking shit. Now people want to see me lose. You know what I'm saying? So even if I win, I still lose. Feel me? And my
Yeah.
battle again, I doubt if I battle again, man. I I don't really like the battling. You know what I'm saying? What I really want to do is ghostwrite. I ghostwrite somebody for a battle. You know what I'm saying? Because I can battle rap. I could write raps about people because I'm nice with the wordplay. Like I can like I had a bar that I thought of and like I can say names. I can make names. Like I can change names and a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't know if I might battle again, man. But I'd rather ghostwrite.
You know, say it's up in the air, man. If it's the right opponent, right situation, that nigga gonna battle, man.
I mean, probably not, man, because like I had battles lined up for news. I had battles lined up for bill collector. I
And
just
what
never,
happened?
I just never did it. I I wasn't into what they was into. Feel me? Like I wasn't. We was in a group chat. You know what I'm saying we was in a group chat. It was me, Stiz, Mert, News, K Walker, Kaboom, bill collector, and maybe somebody else. This was about like in 2017 or some shit like that. And I was supposed to battle News. You know what I mean, I don't know if it's flyers out. I mean, it's probably no more flyers out there now.
When was this?
Like 2017, me and News was supposed to battle and shit. So I agreed to the battle and all that shit. But then they had like we was in text messages and shit. I mean, we was in a group chat and just niggas was just weird in that joint. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas was just weird in there. I wasn't really feeling the group chat. You know?
What you mean niggas was weird? Where? How?
Like like motherfuckers was bidding. Like I don't know these niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all motherfuckers want to bid. I'm out
I mean,
like
a lot of them niggas is friends though too, man.
yeah.
You meet motherfuckers, and then you know what I mean. Y'all
But
form.
news was good. Kaboom really didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying. Uh I forgot was I
Boom, a
forgot.
good dude, man. It's my guy, man. Boom, a good
News,
dude.
yeah, News my guy. News been my guy from.
News too. I love News funny as shit because News. I always say News been here before. I told him that before at Prezi
News been
crib,
around
man.
for a long time.
No, when I say like I meant it like how the old heads say it, like, oh, you been here before. Like News talk to you like he's 78 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta understand, News ain't no youngin', man.
Right.
News ain't no youngin' at all.
News funny as shit. We went to the Prezi versus Fat Mac joint on RB out in the county, man. Rosenberg was hosting and all that.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga, we out in the county, man. He like, man, I'm about to walk to the gas station, man. Give me some noodles, man. nigga, we outside, parlaying, waiting for the battle to start. Like a half hour later, the battle started. This nigga show up back in the battle. This nigga got a couple noodles. Nigga made a whole chi-chi and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. That's News for you, but News a good guy. I can't say nothing bad about News. News is my guy.
Good dude, man.
Yeah, News is a good guy. Like I knew News before even niggas probably even knew I rap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, News been around for a long time. Like I'm talking about a long time. You know what I'm saying? Like
it definitely News been around for a minute, man. Shout out to News, man. He one of the uptown legends when it come to rap, man. One of them underground dudes, man, that's just been holding it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like battle is the wave over the last, I'm gonna say the last 10 years. Probably more than that, a little bit over 10 years, battling has started to come back in a major way in Philly, man. I'm real proud of that. I'm real happy to see that come back, that wave. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's involved with doing that across the city, man, and everybody that's in Jersey and Delaware. You know what I mean? Everybody that come to Philly and everybody that invite us out. Shout out to the Grid City up in New York that fucks with a lot of Philly battle rappers and all that good shit, man. So putting everybody out there and all that good stuff, man. I love seeing all the stuff. Even the Academy, man. They got a lot of shit going on over there. With battling outside in front of Max's, battling on the SEPTA bus. You got Danny Myers coming out to battle Top Floor Loot soon or something like that. I heard, man, that shit's tough. You know what I mean? They said Danny Myers out there battling somebody else. Prezi just battled what's boy name? Cuban. You know what I'm saying? That was a good battle. They putting on for the city, man. I love to see it. Nitro, what up, man? What's up, Nitro? Appreciate you tuning in, man. Shout out to everybody tuning in for this. We about to get into it. Shout out to everybody, like I said, for tuning in. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, everybody on Facebook, man. Remember to hit that like button, man. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Remember to hit that notifications button on YouTube so y'all can know when we drop new content or we go live or whatever. Follow us on our socials, Instagram, Facebook. Shout out to everybody that's in here that supports us on a weekly basis, man. We love and appreciate all the support we've been getting, man. This thing has been slowly building, but it's building. You know what I'm saying? The battle culture has definitely been building, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to get some more of that shit. I really don't. I'm not gonna say 100% like the way it's going, mainstream wise, but I mean, I honestly didn't see no other way. But to all the other leagues, you know what I mean, that's around the country, that's doing anything around the world, whatever, because they got leagues everywhere else. My man sent me a clip of a battle in the Philippines, and I didn't understand a word them niggas was saying, but they was going hard than the motherfucker in there. But yeah, shout out to everybody that's watching, man. We appreciate y'all. But we in here with Hondow. This is the second part of his interview. If y'all ain't see the first part, the link is in the description. Check out the first part of his interview from last week. That shit was dope. He has a real interesting story about to get into the second part of. If you ain't see the second part, I mean, if you didn't see the first part, go back and watch the first part after you see this, or you know what I mean, go back and watch it now and then watch this later, whatever. It don't matter. But we about to get into it. So when we left off at Hondow, Shorty had you charged, right?
Mm-hmm.
You ended up beating that.
Yep.
She had you charged with that. If I miss anything, fill in. If I'm wrong, correct me. You see what I'm saying? But she had you charged with kidnapping, rape. What else?
Aggravated assault, simple assault.
Okay.
Reckless endangerment. sexual assault, IDSI. It was a lot. It was probably about like 12 charges.
As the white folks say, a slew of charges.
Yeah, it was a slew of charges. You know what
A
I'm saying?
slew of charges. But
But
you beat that.
yeah, but you had to if you watching this battle, if you watching this interview right here, you have to watch the first interview also. I'm
Right.
saying, it, you had to watch the first interview because you see how many charges I got charged with this time. I mean, first time
time,
I got
right?
charged with 12 charges or something like that. Feel me?
Right.
And like I said, they offered me a I had I had a public defender at that time, and they offered me a
silent. I said that shit at the right moment.
It comes up on my MacBook too. You know
oh shit.
Yeah,
so all right, so just to give everybody a synopsis real quick, he was charged with all of this, right? After dealing with Shorty. He was wrongfully charged. Let's say that. He was wrongfully accused of all this crazy shit, all these charges, right? We just went down. We just went down all the charges. While that happened, you know what I mean, he also fell out with damn near lifelong friends or close friends because of or stemming from the charges. You know what I'm saying? He had a fight with Merck that kind of went viral. I mean, the video went around the city because Hondow claims he got word that Merck was talking slick out of his mouth while he was going to jail, and you know what I mean, speaking ill about him when he didn't even know the whole story. Him and Young Sam fell out. They were real close. They all were in the group together called
that's in the second. That's in the second time I got locked up. Okay.
You and Sam?
Yeah, me and Sam. Because remember I told you me and Sam.
Okay, so you and Merck was speaking ill on Shorty. All right, well, we're not even gonna get into the Sam thing then. You can speak on that yourself. But yeah, him and Merck fell out, and just a lot of people out here just speaking ill on his name and didn't even know the whole situation of the story and how he was falsely accused, and you know what I mean, all that good stuff. The story was picked up by one of the bloggers in the city. The blogger brought him on to his live, and you know what I mean, pretty much tried to get my man to talk about his story for his audience. And the Shorty came up there and was talking about how she just did it because she loved him so much. It just seemed like some crazy stuff, man. But we stopped at the second time she got you arrested.
All right.
So after you beat the first case, which was kidnapping, rape, aggravated ag assault, and you know what I mean, all that good shit, you beat that case. Now she gets you arrested the second time.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
All right. So she said that I came to her house and threw rocks at her window. Right. This is what she told. This is what is in my the affidavit.
This is what she told the cops.
Yeah. What she.
Okay.
This is
So real quick, how long? Like, what's the time period in between after you beat the first case and then when she told the cops this? How long in between is this? Is this a month, 6 months? Miss Traumatose, how you doing, man? Appreciate you tuning in.
Hey y'all.
Is this a week, or is this a month? Is this 6 months? Is it a year later? What's the time from you beat the case and then he throwing rocks at my window?
It was like 2.5 months.
2.5 months, okay.
2.5 months, exactly. I was on a run for about 9 months though. I was on a run. I never got caught at the scene or anything. You know what I'm saying?
So 2 months later, she said she made up these lies again, went to the police on you, and you just was on the run from the cops but what was the charge? Like, what was
the charge? I only got charged this time with 4 charges: rape, simple assault, IDSI. That's when you supposedly have forced somebody to give you oral sex, and a misdemeanor charge called like a decent exposure or some shit like that, I believe.
Okay, so wait, all right, so go back, explain what she told them that you did, because right now all we know is you threw rocks at a window, and that's not, that don't got nothing to do with none of the charges you just said. So what did she say you did?
She said I popped up at her house, threw rocks at her window. She said once she seen me, she came outside and we started talking inside of her mom's car. This is what she said in the affidavit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So she said we started talking inside of her mom's car, and she said her mom came out the car because she had to go on an errand, and she said she offered me to get an Uber home. So when her mom
So how did you get there?
listen, she said she offered me to get an Uber home, and when she offered me to get an Uber when her mom came out, I just left. She said, I'm trying to think back exactly what like the affidavit said. She said I went inside. She said next thing she know, she was in the house. Next thing she knows, she seen me in her house, at her door, not in her house, at her room door, like a silhouette. She said I was in a silhouette.
Wait. So you were in the house?
Yeah, that's what she said.
You were in her house at her bedroom door out of nowhere, and she in the bedroom.
Inside her house at her bedroom door.
Okay.
Yeah. So she said, I looked at her phone and seen her giving. She said, no, she said I started arguing with her first, then took her phone and looked at her phone and seen her giving oral sex to somebody, something somebody did. So she said, after that, I made her suck my dick, and then she said I started fucking her, and then she said that she went inside of a bathroom with her, and she said she went inside of her bathroom, and her mom was inside the bathroom while I was in the room, right?
I thought her mom left and went on an errand, but go ahead, finish.
Yeah.
It's not your story, but go ahead.
This is what she said. So she said she went in the bathroom while her mom was in the bathroom, and then she came back and she called me a lift, and that was it. She called me a lift off her phone,
right?
And that was it. And then that's it.
Okay, so what's your story?
My story was she called me, and we was talking regular, and then I was like, yo, come outside. She come outside, me and her start chilling in the car. You know what I'm saying, like, we wasn't having no argument. None of that shit. We didn't have no argument. Hold on, cause I'm gonna go to my emails while I'm talking to you.
Okay.
I'm in my we in the car talking, chilling, and all that shit. She asked me how you getting home and all that other shit. I said I'm getting an Uber or whatever the case may be. She said I'm gonna call your Uber home and shit.
Right.
So she was like, all right. I said, all right, you can call me the Uber home and all that type of shit. So she her mom come out. When her mom come out, fucking my phone fell. My phone fell and hit the ground and it broke. So I couldn't call, text, or none of that type of shit. So
outside the car?
Yeah, outside the car.
Okay.
So she wrote me in an email, which I'm about to pull up right here. She wrote me in an email and said, "Where you go?" So I can't write back. Hold on a minute. So I can't write back.
So after you broke your phone, you left?
Yeah, after I broke, because of the first situation, me and her, like, I didn't see eye to eye with her mom and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So me and her fucking like, I didn't want her mom to see me. You know what I'm saying?
When the mom came outside to use the car, you was ready to leave.
Yeah.
So when she came out, you just out.
I didn't even know her mom was coming outside. As soon as I seen like her mom come outside and her door was right there, like, I just like, yo, I'm out. Like, I mean, I just know she knew somebody was gonna be in the car.
Right. You just
know it was going. I mean, I didn't want her to know it was me. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, so when I got out of the car, my phone was in my lap and it broke.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I'm trying to pull this shit up. My phone was in my lap and it broke. And then she emailed me and said, I walked to the corner. She emailed me and said, "Where you go?"
Right.
So I walked back to the front door. She was at her front door. She let me in her house, and she
Mom was gone.
yeah, her mom was going at this time. She let
Mm.
me in her house, and her mom yeah, her mom was going at this time. She let me in her house, and hold on, she let me in her house. I'm really trying to find this fucking email right here.
You ain't gotta find that shit. We believe you already. Because if you watch the first episode, you already know Shorty's a liar, and you showed us proof in the first episode.
I like to show proof of
So
what I'm saying. Feel me?
no, I understand. Trust me, I understand. With her, I would definitely need to show proof.
I like to show. So, all right. Long story short, she was at the door when I came back around. She was at the
Right.
door. She was like, "You still need the Uber?" I said, "Yeah." So now we in her living room now. She opened the door up and all that shit. She was standing at the spring. Well, she was standing at the front door.
Right.
So she called me to lift. She called me to lift right then and there. And then I was like, "Yo, like, let's go upstairs because your mom come back in this joint, see me right here, it's gonna be a problem." You know what I'm saying? Because you know everything due to the first situation. I didn't know how long she was gonna be out or when she was gonna come in. So I didn't want to be caught inside this lady from the house. Feel me? So we end up going upstairs. Then she canceled the lift. We started talking and chilling and shit. You know what I'm saying?
She canceled the lift?
Yeah, she canceled the lift. She was like, like she said she wasn't doing nothing. I said I wasn't doing nothing. We should start chilling some more. So we chilling and all that shit. And we start fucking. And I'm there for about her daughter and some other little girls in the room and all that shit. She got a house. She got like 8 people at her fucking house. You know what I'm saying? So it was no loud, anything loud or anything. I mean, no fighting, none of that type shit. You know what I'm saying? So fucking
So wait, it's 8 people in the crib.
Yeah, it's always 100 people at that bitch crib. It's always 100 people at her crib. Always.
So she bring you in there.
Mm-hmm.
She got her daughter in there.
Her daughter's laying on the bed. You know what I'm saying? We just chilling.
So her daughter in the same room as you. Is her daughter like an infant? Like it's a baby?
It's the same daughter. Remember I told you I saved her.
Oh, then you already done hit with the daughter in the bed before. Already. Oh,
so that doesn't. I mean, that wasn't.
Lady, stop doing this shit, man.
That shit is over. So me and her, we chilling. You know what I'm saying? We chilling. We fuck and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm laying down. You know what I'm saying? I hear somebody in the bathroom. Like this was a few hours later. You know what I'm saying? So I hear somebody in the bathroom. I don't know who the fuck it is. I see her. She get up and walk out and go to the bathroom. So I'm like, all right. I put my clothes on. I don't know who it is. You know what I'm saying? It could be her mom. It could be any fucking body.
Right. There's 8 people in the house. Could be anybody.
It could be anybody. So her mom walked inside the room where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Oh, you in here?" And then she walked.
Oh, her mom came in the room.
Yeah, her mom came in the room.
Oh shit.
Well, no. But look, listen. Her mom came in the room. She said, "Oh, you in here?" She ain't say nothing crazy, none of that shit. And she walked back out.
Right.
So I was like,
you dressed by then?
No, I said, "Fuck this." I'm putting my clothes on. The bitch still in the bathroom.
So you in boxers and a t-shirt, and she was like, "Oh, you in here?"
Yeah, it was dark though. This was like,
okay.
Because she called the lift at 4:44 for the notes. Because I think I had got her lift records or something. No, that was in my my discovery. The time that she called the lift.
Okay.
4:44. So when she came back from the bathroom, I was like, "Yo, you can call that lift for me, like I'm out." Like,
right.
Called the lift for me off her phone, and I went home.
So when she called the lift, was it 4:44 or was that the one she canceled?
No, that was the one that I wrote in. The one she canceled was around like 12 o'clock.
Okay. So is this 4:44 in the morning or afternoon?
In the morning.
All right.
So when she can't when I got in the lift, I went home. You know what I'm saying, you know that rock. She lived in Germantown. You know where Wayne Ave at?
Yeah.
All right, from Wayne Ave to Alany, Tabor Road. You know where B and Tabor Road is at?
Yeah, I used to live. I just moved before I moved down here. I was living in East Oak Lane.
All right, bro. B and Tabor Road.
Oh, let Poppy pass, man. Let Poppy pass. While Poppy passed, man, I want to remind everybody to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. This is the Gas Chamber Battle League interviews with Meech. Got my man Hondow in here right now, telling this crazy ass story. If y'all didn't tune in last week to see the first half of his story, please go watch the first half of his story. Link is in the description below. Go watch the first half of his story, or above if you're watching on Facebook. But yeah, go watch the first half of his story. Poppy definitely had it jumping. You hear him, Nitro? And the KC bet. Poppy had it jumping. You feel me? But yeah, go watch the first half of Hondow joint, man. Hondow interview, man. It's a real interesting story. About how you got caught up messing with a female. But yeah, go ahead, man. Finish the story. You got the so she lived up Wayne Ave.
Yeah, she lived up Wayne Ave.
You lived at Albany, up Tabor Road.
Yeah, on Tabor Road.
Right.
So, that's about, at that time, there's no traffic out, you know what I'm saying? But
that's like a 5-10 minute ride for at that time.
Yeah, it was like a 15 minute ride. Exactly. It was like 10 minute, or I know it was exactly 10 minutes or 15 minute ride, but it was exactly.
That's what I'm saying. At that time in the morning, ain't nobody out there.
Nobody out there. But we took the expressway, whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way you take.
Right.
I mean? So, I get in the crib, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. Next thing I know, cops at my motherfucking door. Doom, 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 doom.
How long after you get home, the cops at your door?
Probably about like 25 minutes, I believe. Like 25 minutes. So
she ain't waste no time.
Yeah. So
he said,
yeah, man, Caesar was hot, man. I fuck with Caesar. But so it was like 25 minutes and shit.
Right.
And then the cops came and my brother answered the door. They're not allowed in your house, none of that type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Like, this is 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, this is 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
So they basically saying they looking for me, whatever the case may be. My brother, like, they left. My brother came back and told me, he was like, yo, like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? Like, they saying that you break this bitches and all that type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, I said, and that's when I was like, I hit the bitch up, like, what the fuck is you doing? Like,
you got me again, bitch.
Yeah, I said, what the fuck is you doing? Like, bitch, you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I end up fucking
So what did she say when you hit her up?
Did
she respond? Did she say anything?
Her mom called me. Did her mom call me? Somebody called me off her phone. And I can't remember what they said, but I remember I got a phone call off their phone. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like, y'all need to stop playing these games. So after that,
these ain't no games, nigga. This is your life they fucking with.
They said it. So after that, like, I didn't hear nothing back from them. I haven't talked to them since that day. Matter of fact, I did talk to him since that day. I never got booked until 9 months later. I never talked to him the whole time I got locked up. I mean, the whole time I was on the run. Never talked to him.
So you was on the run for 9 months after that?
Yeah, I was on the run.
What year was this?
2019.
Okay, so 2019 for 9 months you was on the run.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of the second, because you beat the first case with her lying on you. So the second time she lied on you, you was on the run for 9 months.
9 months. I got locked up New Year's.
They locked you up on New Year's.
I got locked up New Year's, coming back from a New Year's party.
Well, at least you partied before you.
I mean, I don't drink or smoke, so it wasn't really like a party.
Right. Just a get together.
Yeah, basically, it was a get together. Me and my family.
So how'd you get locked up? How'd you get? Because you was doing good for 9 months.
Yeah, fucking. I was in a car. I was when you want to run, you avoid cars and all that type of shit.
Yeah, because somebody could do something, get pulled over, now everybody's name got to get ran.
Exactly. I mean, the law. Everybody's name don't have to get ran. Only the driver names have to get ran.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the law library.
I just know how Philly is.
Yeah, but you don't have to give them your name at all. You don't. You know what I'm saying? You can tell them, no, what you need my name for? I didn't do anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to give him a ticket, give him a ticket. You don't have to, even when they walking down the street, if they don't have no probable cause.
They ain't got no reason to stop you. I ain't got to give you my name, my information.
Exactly. I don't have to give you my information, my name, my age, none of that. You don't even need to talk to you. I'm out. You locking me up? You arrested me? All right, well, I'm out.
Right.
I mean, that's all you got to say.
Right.
But I was in a car with my cousins and some guy. I mean, I don't know who the guy was, but he was driving. and he was on the highway. He was on the highway, and I believe he was even going the wrong way, but he was drunk. And the motherfucker was, driving fast as shit. And it was it was a state trooper that was behind somebody else. And we flew right past him. And fucking that nigga just came right behind that car and came around behind us.
Yeah, let him go and came behind y'all, the bigger fish.
Yep, came behind us. And fucking that night I got locked up New Year's night.
So you got booked by a state trooper?
By New Jersey state trooper.
Oh, so you got locked up in Jersey at that?
I got locked up in Trenton, yep, in Trenton. I was in Mercer County for about a week and a half before I came to
before you got extradited.
Yeah, before I got extradited. And then I got charged up and fucking listen, they only charged me with 4 charges.
Right.
Crazy part is, how do I only got 4 charges? Because one charge goes with another charge. If you supposed to have raped somebody, wouldn't that be a simple assault with it? Right. If you supposed to have raped somebody, wouldn't it be an aggravated assault with it?
Right.
I can curse at you and it be an aggravated, and be a simple assault.
Simple assault, right.
I'm saying? But how I only got 4 charges? I should be way more charges. Y'all saying I held this person against his will, I should have a kidnapping charge also. Right. Yeah. So what's the difference between basically this case
and the first one?
Why do I only got 4 charges?
What's the difference between this one and the first one?
Exactly.
Well, yeah, what's the difference between this lie and the first lie? Because we gonna call it what it is.
But what was the reason why I only got 4 charges, period, though? It's
right.
There's no reason why. You know what I'm saying? Because some charges go hand in hand with each other. You know what I'm saying? You can't fight somebody and get charged with aggravated assault, but not get charged with simple assault. You understand?
Right. I understand.
These charges need to go hand in hand with other things. You can't say I just did all this, but not do this. You know what I'm saying? So already this shit don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they know it didn't make sense. But how the fucking shit came about, I ended up going to trial. But I'm gonna tell you how everything went. Because they tried to railroad me from the very, 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 very.
So go ahead. Did you have a lawyer or you had a public defender?
I had a lawyer.
Okay. Smart man. Smart brother. Go ahead.
All right. I got locked up. I'm not sure if you're familiar with grand juries. You familiar with grand juries? All right. A grand jury, well, the audience might not be familiar with grand juries.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say, explain it to them just in case somebody watching is not familiar.
All right. A grand jury in Philadelphia is really illegal. But now they give out grand juries due to Steph Williams because of witness intimidation. They'll give you a grand jury instead of a preliminary hearing if they feel as though the victim or the witness is getting intimidated.
Damn, I forgot about Steph Williams.
Yeah,
he went to jail.
Yeah, Steph Williams went to jail.
Yeah.
But they give you a grand jury if they say that the person is scared. So what consists of a grand jury, what a grand jury hearing is you don't be there, meaning the defendant won't be there, the defendant lawyer won't be there. Only people would be at this hearing would be the jurors, the DA, the witness, and the judge. The defendants will not be able to cross-examine. It'll just be the defendant. I mean, it'll
just be the prosecutor.
It'll be the prosecutor and witness testimony. That's it.
Right.
So when they
if anybody don't know, Steph Williams was the district attorney for Philadelphia. Ended up getting caught up in some illegal shit and went to jail and wasn't a district attorney anymore. Now we got Larry Krasner, but yeah, just for the audience, people who don't know, like Miss Traumatos, I know she from Alaska, so she don't know who the fuck Steph Williams is. But yeah, so pretty much they'll have everybody in there, but the defense and the defendant.
Exactly.
And they'll have pretty much like a court case without the defense and a defendant.
And then they'll grand jury a vote on if they're going to proceed with the case,
if they're going to take it to trial or not,
or they're going to take it to trial. Yeah. And which normally happens, a grand jury.
If the defense ain't there, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna go to trial. Duh.
Exactly.
So that's just stupid.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you from the beginning. All right, so I went down for preliminary hearing. before I hired my lawyer 2 days before my preliminary hearing. I gave him all the money 2 days before the preliminary hearing. I had to boy David Walker. You know what I'm saying? He was beating everything. He's beating everything right now. He was beating everything back then. You know what I'm saying? So I had a Sully and asked him. I said, "Yo, who the best lawyer out right now?" You know what I'm saying? He said, "Man, this boy named David Walker. He be beating bodies and everything in preliminary." I said,
Right.
"Sure, I'm getting it." I had my folks calling. He only wanted 1,500, and he only wanted 1,500 for preliminary. So I said, "Okay, bet." I grabbed him for preliminary. Once I grabbed him, we went down for preliminary. He told the judge that he wasn't ready because he just got my trial. I mean, he just got my case 2 days prior.
Right.
So he said,
So they delayed it.
yeah. So the bitch was there. You know what I'm saying? The DA was ready. Everybody was there. My baby mom was there. One of my homies was there. You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay.
all. I wasn't in the courtroom, but this is what they told me. So my baby mom said the little bitch was taking pictures of her and all that other type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Taking pictures of who? Your kid mom?
Yeah, in a preliminary.
Yeah, she weird.
Yeah, so I was in a hole at this time because I court a CO assault like 6 days after
You fighting the guards, man?
court a CO, man. I had to knock him out. They charged me for that shit. I did 21 months in a hole, man.
Damn.
Yeah, single man cell. Single man cell, 21 months.
Almost 2 years in that joint?
Yeah, almost 2 years in that joint.
Damn.
I was down there with the highest profile cases in the city. I was down there with
So-
John.
You was down there with who?
John Wick. You know John
Okay.
Wick? The area.
Yeah, area boy John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick.
I remember boy had to doing the he had the whole standoff and they had area blocked off like a mug.
Yeah,
We had an episode on my podcast about him. Yeah, I remember him. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was down there with him. I was down there with everybody that had the highest profile cases in the city at that time because that was.
So let me ask you this: how do you keep your sanity?
I mean,
and how do you maintain being in pretty much in solitary confinement, isolation in a one-man cell for 2 years, day in, day out? You didn't come out for rec time.
During the pandemic too.
Huh?
During the pandemic too.
During the pandemic, like how do you maintain, man? How'd you get through that?
I got through it because I was a worker. You know what I mean? So I was coming out. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you was coming out to go to work and everything else.
I was coming out to be on the block just to run errands for everybody that was out. That was locked.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I was out the block. But it was times that when I first got on the block, I wasn't a worker.
So you just figure out a way to keep yourself busy, pretty much.
Yeah. I keep myself busy, and no matter what, like I'm still gonna be fine. I mean, because I know that's all these people want is your mind. Feel me? They don't want your body; they want your mind. You know what I'm saying? So, like, once they got your mind, they got everything. Feel me? So, so I'm gonna go back to the preliminary. So we was ready. We was ready for the preliminary. They was ready for preliminary, but my lawyer said that he needed a little bit more time to go over the paperwork. So they gave him a 30-day date. Within that 30-day date, he wrote me and said, they said they throwing your case to the grand jury. I said, what the fuck that is? What is that? He explained to me what it was. He said, most likely you're gonna get indicted. You know what I'm saying? He said this 1,500 that you gave me, this 1,500 that you gave me can go towards the trial. You know what I'm saying? If you decide to get me at trial, whatever the case may be, he told me good luck. You know what I'm saying? So basically they seen that I didn't have a public defender and I had a good lawyer in my preliminary, and they knew this girl case. I mean, they knew this girl word was incredible and her story was fucked up and it didn't make any sense. And they knew that, well, what I think they knew that this lawyer would have ate her up on stand and would have got thrown out in preliminary. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They just know she wasn't credible though. And they knew you probably had a good case.
Yeah. So they most likely knew a judge was going to throw it out also. So that's why they gave me the grand jury. They gave me the grand jury. And with a grand jury, you don't get your discovery until 60 days before trial also. So I never had my discovery. I don't have my discovery to this day. Your lawyer don't get your discovery until 60 days before trial. So they only get 60 days. You only get 60 days to prepare for your case. I mean, and the defendant, the inmate defendant don't get the discovery at all. So, remember last time I told you that she stole the discovery out my house.
Right.
So, I guess that probably played a reason or whatever the case may be. But who knows? And they don't have to give a reason. Well, they supposed to give a reason in the laws, in the rules, or the PA rules of criminal procedures. They supposed to give a reason why they asking for a grand jury and all this other type shit. But they don't follow none of them rules down there. You know what I'm saying?
Of
So
course not.
yeah, um so I proceeded to go to trial. Eventually, then the pandemic hit. You know, the pandemic hit. It stopped everything. It stopped courts for a whole year. Nobody was going to court for a whole year.
Right.
Stopped everything. So I'm just basically in there sitting duck. Then they the DA filed a motion. The DA filed a motion called a 404 motion called prior acts and other crimes. Prior acts and other crimes mean uh it, they want to bring another case inside my case. Meaning they want to bring that other case with the last case with the girl inside
Oh,
this case.
the last case that you beat, they want to bring it and involve it to make her
Exactly.
shit more credible, like you really did it because you got charged with the shit before.
Exactly. But it's only certain ways that they can bring this case inside the new case because they can't talk about another case unless unless it's a scheme, unless it's planned, unless there's a few different ways that they can tell that they could bring another case inside this case. You understand? And they had to file a motion for that. You know what I'm saying? So they filed a motion for it. I ended up hiring the guy, David Walker, you know what I'm saying? I ended up paying him the money that he was asking for trial. You know what I'm saying? So I paid him the money that he asked for trial. He go in there, he beat the motion, surprisingly, because that motion is one of the hardest motions to beat because it's just the motion is up in the air. There's really no definition for this motion. It's not like it's a legal search and seizure. Like if
Right.
you walk down the streets and the cop didn't have probable cause and they just stop you and just pat you down, find a gun. Now they can get it thrown out. No, this right here is really basically up to the judge's discretion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he, the lawyer had pulled with the judges down there. You know what I'm saying? And he beat the case. I mean, he didn't beat the case. He beat the motion. So they wouldn't bring the last case in there. Cause he said this motion. He said, man. He said after he beat the motion, he said, man, you know how hard this fucking motion was to win. And I was doing my own homework on that shit, and it was definitely a hard motion to win because it's up to the judge's discretion. You know what I'm saying? So we beat the motion. We ended up. He asked me. So, what happened?
All right, my bad, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck going on, but StreamYard gonna get a good little email from me after we finish today. But yeah, my bad, y'all. I apologize about that. But we right back. So what you were saying? Go ahead, bro.
All right. So he beat the motion, and they asked him. At that time, I believe I had probably had gonna say I probably had like 14 months in at that time, whatever the case may be. And yeah, I had like 14, 15 months in at that time, I believe. That's the time. Yeah, I had like 14 months in at that time. So they asked him. They said, yeah. He said, can I get a postponement because he representing a lot of people.
Right.
A lot of people. He said, can I get a postponement for the trial date? And I just got this. I just got my client discovery. I'm saying, matter of fact, I had 7 months. I think I said I had 8 months in at that time. I believe.
All right.
I don't remember how many months I had. It don't really matter.
You was in there for a little minute.
Yeah, it was a little minute. So he was like, yo, he said I got fucking this big ass discovery. Well, it wasn't big. He said like I got this discovery and y'all just gave it to me. I mean, I just got it a couple weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Like, how am I gonna prepare for a trial then? And they asked me, like, all right, so when can you go to trial? He looked in his phone. And the date he said was like a 9-month motherfucking date. I looked at this motherfucker, was like, no, the fuck he didn't. Just said a fucking 9-month date.
He wants you to sit for 9 months. It was no bail?
No, I had a bail, but I had a detainer. It was on probation. So, give me a 9-month date, you know what I'm saying, for me to start trial. So I go down, start the trial. I go down and start the trial. So now the procedures is during the COVID, you get COVID swab the night before you go to court, right? So every night before you go to court, you don't go if you get COVID, if you test positive for COVID, you won't go to court and you go to quarantine. You and your cellier go to quarantine, and they'll lock the block down. Even though you won't be on the block, they'll still lock the block down for 2 weeks.
Right.
You'll go to quarantine in DC jail, the detention center. That's a whole nother jail. So I go to trial. I was supposed to start trial November 1st, 2021. Supposed to start trial that day. So I got COVID swab Sunday night. I didn't start trial because it was another trial in that courtroom. I go down on a Tuesday. I didn't start trial that Tuesday. Same thing, COVID swab. Didn't start trial on that Tuesday. Wednesday, I go in. I get in the courtroom. The courtroom is open. Now, the judge, I had the judge named, who's the worst judge? She's worse than Brinkley. Her name is fucking Anne-Marie Coyer, white lady.
Okay.
Named Anne-Marie Coyer. So she say, she break down everything. She said you have a few options, Mr. Tennessee. We're ready for trial, but you have a few options. She said, if you decide to take this jury trial, if you decide to take this case to the jury trial, you'll be getting a max. The rape charge hold a 10 to 20. I get the 10 to 20 for the rape charge. She said I get a 10 to 20 for the IDSI charge. She said for a sexual assault charge, I'll be getting about a 10. 25 to 50 years. She said I'll be giving you a 25 to 50 year charge. They dropped the misdemeanor charge. The other sexual abuse.
25 to 50 years for what?
The 10 to 20. If I would have got found guilty for the rape charge, that's a 10 to 20. The IDSI charge is a 10 to 20. And the sexual assault charge is a 5 to 10.
But you see what I'm saying when you told them, when they called you that night, or when you was like, man, I'm not playing these games. This is not games, bro. They playing with your life, man.
Not games, man. So and that judge, I didn't heard about guys that should have even beat their case, and she gave them 30 to 60s. You know what I mean? On same type of cases that I had. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she said, with each charge you get found guilty of, I'll give you that max if you decide to pursue to a jury trial. Or you have another option. She was just laying out the options that I have right now. So the other option was I can go head up with her. And if I go head up with her, meaning I'll waive the jury and she'll decide if I'm guilty or not after she hears my case. And she could be lenient. She can give me the max. You know what I'm saying? After she hear my case, and if she find me guilty, you know what I'm saying, she can give me the max, or she could be lenient. But she said that that was just an option. She said, or she said this. She said, or you could take an open plea with me, meaning I can give you whatever I want to give you. I mean, she is, a plea deal is with numbers, but an open plea is if you say, all right, I'm guilty, just give me whatever you want to give me. I mean, and then the judge just say, all right, I give you a 5 to 10. You know what I'm saying? Anything. They can give you anything. You know what I'm saying? So she said, or you can take an open plea, and that means I can give you anything. It's up to my discretion to give you what I want to give you. He said, or if the DA have a deal for you, um, if I accept the deal, she said, or if I accept the deal, she said, if the DA have the deal for you, and I accept the deal, meaning if she go along with the deal,
yeah, if she accept what the DA got for you,
yeah, I could take that deal. So
right.
she asked the DA, she said, DA, I don't remember the DA name. It was some lady. She was like, DA, do you have a deal on the table for him? And the DA was like, yeah, I have a 4 to 8, for sexual assault.
4 to 8.
Yeah, I already had 2 years in.
Right.
So, the judge said, whoa, that's well below the guidelines. How do you feel about this deal? So, DA, no, she asked the DA, she was like, why is you giving him so much, like, why is you giving him this deal so low? Like, why is this deal so low? I mean, with these charges. So she was like, well, like, 48, you know what I'm saying? Like 48. So,
because they ain't really got no fucking case.
Yeah, so like in my case, we gonna get to that too. Hopefully, I got enough battery on here too.
Mm-hmm.
But I got my phone still. So so the DA.
I mean, if not, we'll make it a 3-parter.
No, I got this. I got my phone. My phone pretty charged up. It's on 35.
No, the reason why I say that because they only give you a certain amount of hours per month and all that good shit.
Oh shit, my fault.
No, you good.
We should get it done this time. All right, so the DA said, I emailed my lawyer. No, the judge asked my lawyer, was like, did you how do your client feel about this deal? My lawyer said, I never heard about this deal before. And then the DA said, well, I emailed him last night about this deal. He said, I'm not saying that you didn't email me, but I just didn't see it.
That's too short a notice, right?
So the judge was like, well, you can consult with your client in the back, if you want. I'm saying you can consult with your client in the back if you want about taking this deal.
Right.
I said, all right, come on. Went in the back and he say, he say, man, look, I believe you should take this deal, man. This is a real good deal, man. You have 2 years in, man. Like, people lie. People. He said, if you lose this fucking case, this is exact words. He said, if you lose this fucking case, you won't come home until you're 50, 60 years old. He said, you're the worst judge down here in the city of Philadelphia. He's going to roof you.
Right.
You lose this fucking case. He said, I done seen people lose cases that they didn't do, or no matter what. I seen people lose this case, and it's a chance that you can lose this case. I said, I'm innocent. Like, I'm not fighting no fucking 48. And I said, there's no fucking evidence in my case. Because in my case, I didn't have no pictures in my case of a crime scene. They say they lost pictures and everything in my case. There's no physical evidence in my case. There's no nothing in my case. But we'll break that down to you. I'll break that down to you also. Mm. So, he say, man, like, this is a real good deal. Like, I believe you should take this deal because, look, like, if you lose this case, you're going to fucking go upstate for fucking 60. You're going to go upstate and you're not coming home until you're 60 years old, man.
Right.
I said, man, you ready to rumble? He said, man, I'm ready to fight, man. I said, all right, come on, we out. We going to fight. You know what I'm saying? It was all at night. I went in there. The court clerks and everybody in there, you know what I'm saying? The court officer in there, the judge in there. So they said, Mr. Tennessee, what do you plan on doing? I tell them, I said, I don't accept it. The whole courtroom said, they looked at me and said, everybody in the courtroom was like, oh my fucking God, this boy
just signed his own death warrant pretty much.
His own death warrant in front of this judge that's going to root the shit out of him. Because my lawyer said, man, he said, white people don't like these type of cases. You know, that's the type of people that's in the juries.
Right.
White people don't like these type of cases, but they also like being lied to. Also, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, it can go either way. He said I'm going to catch her in her fucking lie. He said she's not going to stand under my cross examination because she didn't even stand. He said because she didn't even stand under. He said because she didn't even make sense during her grand jury hearing when she was getting fed the answers. Because in the grand jury hearing, the bitch said that I called the lift. You know what I mean? Off her phone. But in the police statement, she said she called the lift in her. But we'll get to all that too.
Right.
I had all that paperwork also. But he he ended up I ended up saying no, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So the next I picked the jury that same day. And that was a Wednesday. I picked the jury that Wednesday, and I picked the jury. We picked a good jury. Well, I think I picked an alright jury. You know what I'm saying? Alright jury. It seemed like they was alright.
Why you say that? What made you say they was alright?
Because during the case, it didn't. It was people that had their heads down. It was people that only looked up when the DA was talking, and then when my lawyer was talking, they was looking down. You gotta look at that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I understand.
And you know, when you're picking a jury, they ask you, they ask. There's a big pool, and they ask, are you biased against these charges? And some people raise their hands up. Some people just want to do that type of stuff. Feel me?
Right.
So they like you gotta watch out who you pick, because a lot of them is fucked up people, and they just want to send people up. I mean, jail without even hearing the case. And when if a person, if a person got their head down already and not listening to the case, they already got their mind made up, and their mind is whatever everybody else's mind is. So they don't even really have a mind. So
real quick, while he doing that, real quick, man, I want to remind everybody this is the Gas Chamber Battle League. We in here with Hondow this week for the second part of his interview. He's filling us in on his story. He has a very interesting story on he was falsely accused twice of raping, once of kidnapping and assault, and just a whole bunch of charges, man, from, you know, being lied on and stuff like that, man. And he just filling us in on how he overcame those obstacles in life, man, and hopefully we can put this out there so, you know, somebody else can learn from it, man, and won't have to go through the things he's went through in life, man, and you know, hopefully help somebody else. But we want to remind everybody to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We appreciate all the support. Remember to hit that notifications button so you can tell when we go live, when we drop new content. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. We appreciate all the support. We appreciate it. I can't say it enough, man. We're building, like I said, we're building slowly, but we're building. We're here every Wednesday. I know that today's a Thursday, but we're here usually every Wednesday, 6 p.m., man. So be on the lookout next Wednesday for, you know, my interview with somebody else. But as of right now, I guess this week, my man Hondow, if y'all didn't see it, the first part of his interview from last week, the link is in the description. Click that link, man, and watch that interview. It's definitely a great interview. Like I said, he has a great story, man. Right now, we're in the middle of his second trial. He just turned down the DA's deal that they had for him for 4 to 8 when he already had 2 years in. 2 years time served. They offered him a 4 to 8, and he turned it down and shocked everybody in the courtroom. So go ahead, man. Finish. What was you saying?
All right, yeah. So Wednesday I picked the jury. You know what I'm saying? I think I picked a hard jury. It was a few people I didn't. It was probably about like 2 people I didn't like. It was like a white lady I didn't like. I know that for sure. It was a white lady I didn't like because, you know, certain questions that they ask. There's one question that they ask when you're picking a jury, and the question is, do you know you can find this person guilty without no evidence? And they really can find you guilty without no evidence. You know what I'm saying? So, like, some people would say yeah, some people would say no. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a hard question to answer, you know what I'm saying? And some people don't
It's
understand
not hard though. You gotta. First of all, is innocent till proven guilty. So prove that he's guilty with evidence. That's the only way you're gonna prove he's guilty. Evidence. So prove to me that he's guilty. If you don't have evidence, you don't have nothing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, but
So
a lot of people get found guilty without any evidence. You
that's
seen,
crazy to me. I don't see how.
and you can even have evidence, but a lot of people don't know the definition of reasonable doubt.
Right.
And, and like I told you, I was the law library working in CFCF and Pitt. And I used to read up on a lot of cases, and I've seen a lot of stuff that shouldn't have happened to people, you know what I mean? But a lot of people, regular normal people do not know reasonable doubt. If people knew reasonable doubt, the jails would not be overcrowded how it is now, and people would be winning cases. Because
Right.
reasonable doubt is, if you have any type of doubt, you must acquit. Any type of doubt. This person he can kill somebody on camera, but if he got a blue shirt on, then take his shirt off while it's off camera, and then you see him on another camera with a red shirt on. Damn, like I don't know, it might not even be the same person. That's doubt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you got a little inch of doubt, you cannot find a person guilty because it's their life and their liberty on their phone. On their phone. It's their life and liberty on the line.
Right.
I mean, and
I understand.
yeah, and that's different from a civil suit because you can get property back. You can't get
Get your life back.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know why it's fucked up that she played with your life like this, man.
Yeah, and
like this is serious.
Yeah, and it was so serious. But when I got locked up in Jersey, my baby mom and all them, they called her, you know what I mean, called her on freeway and all that shit. And she was like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I want him to get a 10 to 20. I want him to he gonna get 20 years up. I mean, he gonna get 10 years upstate. He gonna get 7. Make sure.
Why though? Why did she do this?
She was on
what nothing. So nothing happened when last time you saw her, when you was at her house. No conflict at all. Y'all left on good terms.
We was cool. I don't know if it was her mom that said that, but the crazy part is her mom never gave a statement. And that was one thing that my lawyer was going to say too. He said if she went into the bathroom with her mom after getting raped, for one, she should have said something.
She would have said something to her mom. Exactly. Her mom.
She should have said something. But even her mom would know, because you know your child. I don't know if you have kids, but you know if your child is in danger or something just happened to your child.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And if it's just y'all two right there in the middle of the night, come on, man. And you went in the bathroom and didn't do nothing in the bathroom while you in here with me.
Why y'all ain't call the cops when he was there?
Why didn't you cancel the lift? It's on your phone. You could have canceled the lift. I was on the expressway. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of other shit that played a part. But I'm gonna break.
So the trial starts.
So all right, the trial starts. The
trial starts. How does the beginning of trial go?
The beginning of the trial goes. She gets on the stand, and she said, "Yeah, I come to her house. I throw rocks and stuff at her house." She basically said the same thing, but she start adding on stuff, and then she takes away stuff. So she say in trial, she said, "I come to her house, throw rocks and shit." She comes out. And she sit in the car with me, and she says we was arguing. She said me and her was arguing. She said her mom came out the house, and she came out, and I came out the car, and she hit my phone down for some reason. She said she hit my phone down. That never even happened, but she said she hit my phone down, and my phone broke.
So she claimed that she the one that broke your phone.
Exactly. But how my lawyer switched it up, even though that never even happened. I was like, damn, that's good shit. He said that no, you the one that assaulted him because y'all was arguing over the females that he fucked with and all that type shit, you know what I'm saying? But that never even happened though. So I was like, all right, whatever. So he say I left, and then she said I came back in her house, and
that's when you appeared in the what you call it? You appeared in the doorway and all that shit.
Yeah, she said I came back in her house. She said I came back in her house and appeared in her door. She said then I grabbed her phone, seen a nigga in her phone. She was giving head to, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said I made her suck my dick. And then she said she started peeing. She said she started peeing on the floor, and she said she peed like 4 times. So she said she peed like 4 times. Then she laid back in the bed, and then she said her mom got in her mom. Oh, then she said she left out the room and she and her mom in the bathroom. She went in the bathroom and she and her mom in the bathroom. When she seen her mom in the bathroom, she didn't say nothing to her mom. She came back in the room and she called me a lift. That's what she said in the trial.
That don't make sense.
Yes, that's
so you pissed on the floor, and y'all just stayed in there in the room with the room smelling like piss.
She said I didn't let her go to the bathroom. She said I didn't let her go nowhere. That's why she peed on the floor. She said she peed on the floor, and she said I made her pee like 2 other places, like pee in like a cup or some shit like that. She said I made her pee in a cup and made her pee on the floor, some type of shit like that. So,
what?
fucking that's all she said that happened. In the grand jury testimony, she said, fucking, I called the lift. She said I came through her house and through a broken door and all that other type shit. She said her door was broke and I just came through her house and all that other shit and appeared in her fucking room and all that shit. All right, so now that took a whole day. That was a whole Thursday. That took her testimony. The sheriff was like, yo, man, this was a young boy sheriff. He had to be about like 30, 35 or something like that. He might probably been the same age as me. Right. He was like, yo, man, like in the beginning of the case, you got these type of charges. They don't give a fuck about, none of that shit. They just hear the charges and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how anybody would. You hear anybody charges like that, you don't know what the fuck. You don't know what to think until you hear the case. So the sheriff's boy never was talking to me, but after he heard the girl's story, when it was like recess and shit, we had talked. And he said, yo, man, he said, dog, this shit is out of pocket, man. He said, I feel sorry for you, man. He said, I got little brothers that shit age. I tell them and I warn them about females like this all the time. He said, but this shit right here is not good. This shit is out of pocket, man. He said, but I think you're going to make out, though. I said, man, I hope the motherfucking Georgia. He said, no, man, I think you're going to make out, man, because this shit right here, is she fucking playing on lying? He said, she's fucking lying. But I already know other cases of guys that fucking got 18 and a half to 36s, and they was
motherfucker was lying on them.
And they was lying on too.
Right.
So it's like, I don't fucking know what the fuck.
What the thing, right.
So that was the next day. The next day, the next day is now it's our turn to cross-examine her, which was a Friday. I get COVID swab. Same shit, same procedure.
Same procedure, right?
Huh?
Same routine, right?
Same routine. Wake me up, COVID swab. I'm still around the same people. Still around my celly, niggas on the block or whatever case may be. Same niggas. I'm around. So now my lawyer, he crosses-examine. First question he asks is, he said, my client had a violent rage, right? He said, yeah, he had a violent rage. He said, he had a violent rage after he seen you sucking dick. Well, not saying, he ain't say it like that. He said, but yeah, you had a violent rage after he seen you giving oral sex to somebody in your phone. He said, yeah. He said, okay. All right. He said, did you have a lock on your phone? He was like, no, I never keep a lock on my phone. He was like, all right, you never keep a lock on your phone. She was like, no. He said, okay. He said, do you remember a previous hearing prior to this hearing? She was like, yeah. He said, why did you say that he called the lift on your phone after all this happened? She was stuck. He was like, who called the lift? He was like, I called the lift. She was like, so why did you say in the previous hearing that he called the lift? It's either who you can't forget who called the lift to go home. To go home on his who called the lift.
Right.
She was like, she was stuck. He was like, okay. He said, all right. He said, all this happened in what? Like, he said, no. He said this all that happened that night. She said, yeah. That's all that happened that night. He said the DA didn't talk about the time. He walking around, got his hands all, he on some cocky shit. He said the DA didn't talk about the time, but we going to talk about the time. So he started explaining, he started saying, so you saying, he said, when did he come to your house? He said, he came to your house at 10 o'clock. He said, how long was y'all in the car? He said he was in the car for like an hour, hour and a half. He said, how long was you in the house? He said he was in the house probably for like an hour. He said, no. He said, what else did y'all do when y'all was in the house? Did y'all chill and all that other stuff? He's like, no, he just did this. He just did this, had sex with me and all, well, he fucked me and all this other shit, raped me and did this to me. And then I called the Uber for him. He said, it says you called the Uber. You say he came to your house at 11 o'clock, but it says you called the Uber at 4:44. He said, the story that you give will probably be only an hour long. You know what I'm saying? He said, so you didn't chill and y'all didn't watch TV or do anything or do anything. You know what I'm saying? He said, she was like, no. He said, so what happened? So where is all the time going? Where did all this time go? You know what I'm saying? So he was explaining how her story didn't even add up to the time. You know what I'm saying? So he get back on, he asked her, why didn't you tell your mom any of this stuff when you was alone in the bathroom with her, and he wouldn't have known any of this stuff. Like he wouldn't have known that you would have said you needed help or anything. You understand? Like if they in the bathroom and I'm in a whole nother room, I wouldn't even have known she said, yo, anything happened, call the cops. Or anything could happen. You know what I'm saying? If I'm in the other room. So she didn't have the answer for that. So he go back to her phone. He said, so my client had a violent rage, right? She like, yeah, my client had a violent rage. She said, how many people was in your house? She said, who was in your house?
You said she didn't have an answer for it?
Say it again?
You said she didn't have an answer for it?
No, she was saying, yeah, my client, she was saying, yeah, I had a violent rage after I seen the shit was in her food. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, how many people was in your house? He was like, my brothers, my daughters, my grandma, my mom, my sisters. She was like, all these. He said, so he had a violent rage and nobody heard anything?
That's what I'm saying.
And he was like, yeah, nobody heard anything. He said, nobody heard anything. She was like, yeah. So he asked again. He said, so my client had a violent rage. He kept saying that shit. He said, my client had a violent rage. She was like, yeah. So only thing they got in my case, there was no pictures of no fucking nothing. No pictures. There was no pictures of my, in the discovery, you got pictures of the crime scene. You got pictures of everything. On the homicide, you got pictures of dead bodies. You know what I'm saying? You got pictures of everything. In my case, there's only one picture. And that's the screenshot of the lift. Right? You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it got the screenshot of the lift. Of the time that she called. I mean, it's just a regular screenshot on the lift.
Right.
So the screenshot of the lift is the only thing. He said my client had a violent rage. She was like, yeah. He said, what kind of phone did you have that night? He said, did he get in your phone? She like, yeah. He said, your phone didn't have a lock on it, did it? She was like, no, I don't keep locks on my phone. I never had a lock on your phone. Never had a lock on my phone. He said, okay. He said, he pulled up the big TV. I don't know if you know like how the courtroom's set up, but it's a big TV in the courtroom to show the evidence and all that type shit.
Right, big screen.
Big screen.
Like a smart TV almost.
Exactly.
Right,
so,
touch screen shit.
Exactly. So he put the lift screenshot on the screen. So he said, do you remember sending this screen? He said, who sent this screenshot? She said it was me. Not me, but her. He said it was me. He was like, you the one that called the lift, right? She was like, yeah. He said, you sent this screenshot to the detective, am I right? The night, right? He said, yeah. He said, what kind of phone did you have? She said, I had an iPhone. I don't remember what kind of phone she had. She was like, I had an iPhone. He said, okay. My client had a violent rage after he gets in your phone and without a lock on your phone. She said, yeah. She kept saying she didn't have a lock on her phone. He asked her, she sent that screenshot that night. So when he said, okay, you got an iPhone, right? She said, yeah. He said, to get in your iPhone, you will need facial recognition, correct? or keypad lock or thumbprint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I never had a lock on my phone. He said, you would need facial recognition then, right? She said, yeah, but I never had a lock on my phone. Everybody knows I don't keep a lock on my phone. She just made it she just made sure she kept saying she never had a lock on her phone. He said, okay, is this the screenshot that you sent the same night when you didn't have a lock on your phone? He said, yeah. He said, when did you get a lock on your phone? Like a couple days later, anything like that? He said, yeah. She said, now after that night, I keep a lock on my phone. So she said, okay. She said, I want everybody to take a look at this screenshot right here. He blew the screenshot up and he said, everybody, take a look at the right hand screen. He blew it up and it had the circle with the lock on the phone on there to show that I could never get in the motherfucking phone. And everything she was saying was a motherfucking lie. Saying that I got in her phone and had a violent rage and seen whatever he's saying I seen in the fucking phone. The whole jury was like, oh my God, this bitch fucking lied. Everybody was shaking their head, was like, yo, this shit is crazy. After that, I said, yo, I'm going to fuck home. After that, the detective got on the stand. I mean, the detective got on the stand, basically was saying everything she was saying didn't make sense, you understand? So my lawyer even asked the bitch, was like, did you get a rape kit? The bitch said, no, she didn't even get no rape kit.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, did she go to the hospital and get a rape kit? Like,
yeah. So he asked her, he said, did you get a rape kit? She said, no. He said, so they didn't check. He said, they didn't check your body. She said, they drew blood. She said, they drew blood, but they never checked my body. So he was like, hold on. He said, okay. After that, he just like stopped questioning her. Now
you have damaged tissue or anything, like, you know what I mean? If you got raped.
So now he go to the detective. He asking the detectives the questions and all that shit. He said when it's what is the procedures of collecting evidence? He said, because the bitch said she had a broken door. She never mentioned she had a broken door in the police report, but she said she had a broken door in the grand jury transcript.
Right.
So
and there's no pictures or nothing of the broken. Nothing mentions a broken door.
He said, he asked the detective. He said, when did you? He said, with the procedures. He said, if y'all lost pictures of a broken door, wouldn't you have written it down? He said, yeah. Like when it's evidence, you need to be collected. We write stuff down, and we take the pictures. You know what I'm saying? He said, did you ever hear about a broken door that night? He said, no, never heard about that. Never heard about a broken door. He's like, oh, is this the first time you ever hearing about a broken door? She's like, yeah, it's the first time I ever heard about a broken door. So that explained how can I get in the motherfucking house? I mean, bitch, like you.
So she pretty much fucked herself over right there.
Yeah. So then he asked her. He said, "What is the procedures of a person that get raped?" So she say, they go to the hospital, whatever the case may be, and do all this other shit. You know what I'm saying, get a rape kit and all that shit. He said, "Okay, when you get a rape kit, do they check 28 parts of your body?" She said, "Yeah." He said, "Oh, they check 28 parts of your body." So now he looking at the jury like, how this bitch don't know if she got a fucking rape kit and they supposed to check 28 parts of her fucking body. Exactly. So like he say that and then he passed her a paper. So he passed her the paper and was like, he said, here, this is he said, can you tell me what this paper is? She said, yeah, this is the results of the rape kit. He said, okay. Can you read out the results after I read out the body parts? So she said, yeah. He said, okay, I might not get these words right. He said, he said, excuse me, he said this to the jury. He said, excuse me if I get the words wrong, and say these words wrong. But she's gonna read out the results while I read out the body parts. So he read out the body part and said, right face cheek. The detective said, no injury found. Right arm, no injury found. Left face cheek, no injury found. Right buttocks, no injury found. Right side clitoris, no injury found. Left side clitoris, no injury found. He read out 28 parts of the body, and it said no injury found. How did he have a violent rage? Yeah. How did he have a violent rage? And there's no injuries found.
Right.
Then she got off. That was the end of that day. That was Friday. Now I go back to the cell on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? I go back to the cell on the weekend. Now I'm like, man, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm waiting on my verdict now. Like, ain't nobody up. There's no other testimonies. The moms didn't write a statement, and he was like, yo, it was other witnesses there. They not on his side. They should be on her side. They should write a fucking statement. Why didn't they write?
That's what I'm saying. All those people in the house and nobody wrote a statement. Nobody was a witness.
Exactly. Especially your mom. Your mom should have wrote a fucking statement. You know what I'm saying? Somebody should have wrote a statement saying at least I was there. And now it's basically their word against my word that I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Other than motherfucking like, I mean, showing you.
And then you can't even say it was a rape because you never got a rape kit. So you can't say it was forced or, you know what I mean?
No. She did get a rape kit. She lied about not getting a rape kit. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, like, she lied about not getting a rape kit. That's what the detective was saying. They checked 28 parts of your body. You know what I'm saying? But she read off that it was no injury. There's no injuries on no part of her body. You know
That's why she lied about the rape kit, because there was no injuries.
There's no injuries. So
y'all go back to court. What happened after y'all went back?
No. Listen. So I go over the weekend. I'm in the cell over the weekend. You know what I mean? I'm around the same motherfuckers I've been around. Fucking Sunday night come. Well, my lawyer come and see me. We was talking about me taking a stand. I mean, seeing if I was gonna take the stand or not. I mean, he was like, man, you want to take the stand? You could take the stand. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's up to you. You do. I mean, we got him. Like, you good. Like, you good. You know what I'm saying? So I say, it don't really matter to me. Feel me? So like, I'm ready. So he leave. No, right before that, I get COVID tested. He come. And then he leaves. They wake you up at 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? When you go to court. You knock on the cell door. You knock on the cell door. And they say, Tennessee, look. They say, pack up. Pack up.
They said, pack up.
Yeah, so they say, pack up. You going to D.C. You going to D.C., you got COVID. You ain't going to court. I said, what?
You caught COVID?
Dog. I didn't catch no fucking COVID, man. These motherfuckers schemed me. They stopped my trial. They gave me a mistrial. Stopped my trial. My lawyer said I gotta pay him $15,000 more. Dog. My cell. They didn't test me again. My cellie didn't catch COVID. Huh?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, my cellie. They tested my cellie. My cellie didn't catch COVID. I'm around the same people. I'm around the same people that I'm around the same people that I got my negative COVID tests that I'm around. Where the fuck did I catch COVID from?
Right.
Where? They try to railroad me.
Nobody else had COVID but you.
Nobody else had COVID but me. And only people that's at court is negative tested inmates. Everybody I'm around is negative tested people. Where did I go? I didn't go home.
So what happened? You went to DC and what?
They stopped my trial.
How long?
How long? They stopped my trial and gave me a mistrial and canceled my trial.
What?
Saying I had to do another case. I had to do another trial again. Yeah.
You had to start over?
They said I had to start. That's what a mistrial is. A mistrial is.
No, I know that, but bro.
They gave me a mistrial and said, you got to start your case. So my lawyer said I had to pay him $15,000. $15,000 more for him to be on my case, for him to be on the new trial.
That's crazy.
For him to be on a new trial.
Right.
So they offered me a 2 to 4. I said, no, I'm not biting. I had 2 years and basically it's still at that same time. I had 22 months in at that time.
So damn, so what do you do then? Like, you get so close, you catch on the stand lying, your lawyer doing his job, you paying them all this money, and then they talking about you got COVID, they give you a mistrial, you pretty much got to start over. Where do you go then?
You go to the law library then, because now they playing with your fucking freedom. And that's what I gave. So with mistrials is a tricky situation. I mean, a judge cannot declare a mistrial for anything. It had to be so serious and so urgent that this is the last option that they can do and cancel this trial for you to do another trial. And my case is, I was only waiting for a verdict. They could have gave me another COVID swab and seen if I really had COVID. They could have gave me my verdict over a TV screen.
Yeah.
They could have did.
Yeah, they could have had you on monitor or something. Or they could have had you sign paperwork that say your lawyer can stand in for you and hear the verdict.
They could have did a lot more other things
than just straight mistrial, right?
But when a mistrial is declared, when it's not the last option, when they could have done something, that's when you have grounds of double jeopardy. And double jeopardy doesn't mean that you was found guilty twice. It means that your life was put in jeopardy twice. So now, with me going to trial again, means I'm put in jeopardy twice, and I didn't have COVID. You know what I'm saying? Y'all didn't check and see if I had COVID for sure. If I was a defendant from the streets, I wouldn't even have to take a COVID test. You understand? I wouldn't even have to take a COVID test to go to court. So this now brings up equal opportunity, equal protection. You understand what I'm saying? So I was digging deep into that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like if you was out on bail and you had the freedom to show up on your own and all that shit, you wouldn't have to take it.
No COVID. Exactly. I wouldn't have. So now this mistrial wouldn't even have happened if I was a defendant in the streets. You understand? So now it's a lot of things that's with my my case. Is like, oh, y'all lined me up saying that I had COVID and I don't got COVID. Y'all know I was gonna beat this case. You know what I'm saying? So now I told you my lawyer said he had to get off my case unless I paid him $15,000 more. If I paid him $15,000 more for a new trial, but now you got to go through a new trial. You got to pick a new jury again. You got
to go through everything.
But what's even worse is they try with double jeopardy. With double jeopardy and mistrials, it has to be the last option because now it gives the DA a second chance to convict you. Now this case is even harder now.
Right.
Now she know what the trick questions is. Now they can switch their story out.
Yep.
They can and do everything.
Because all the other shit is what they say, admissible, whatever that shit is.
Yeah. But now they know their mistakes from the first trial. Now the next trial. You know what I'm saying? Right. So my lawyer say that I don't have no money to give the lawyer anymore. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm not even on good terms with my baby mom, so she not giving me no money to get the motherfucking lawyer. Even, you know what I'm saying? So now they gave me a court appointed lawyer. Court appointed lawyers, you know, they worse than fucking public defender.
Yeah.
So I'm telling this court appointed lawyer everything that I'm saying. I said, yo, you have to file this motion for grounds of double jeopardy. And he says, I don't agree with your theory. I said, this is not a theory. I write down all the case laws and all the laws that applies to my situation. You know what I mean? That it must be a manifest necessity to declare a mistrial, meaning that it must be the last option. You know what I'm saying? To declare a mistrial. So I explain that to him. I write down situations that was like my situation, and I give it to him. And I also give a copy to the clerk of courts also, because everything I file, everything I give to a lawyer, I want to keep it on file, because you can't. These lawyers say, "Oh no, I never got that." Exactly. So they say, "No, I never got that." But no, you gotta save your ass the same way they save their ass. You understand? So that's what I was doing. So everything I wrote to him, I'm telling him, please file the motion. I wrote to this guy about 5, 6, 7 times. Please file this motion. You have to file this motion because I had grounds of double jeopardy. Now I'm writing other lawyers and I'm writing other people explaining to them my situation, how I was in trial and I took a COVID test for 6 days straight, and on the 7th day, without me going anywhere or changing my sentence, they saying I caught COVID, and they didn't give me another test and canceled my trial. And my lawyer saying I had to pay. So I tell him all this other shit. I'm saying I wrote this guy named David Radofsky. He's a lawyer. He the best civil lawyer in the city, and he the reason why there's no more 3-man cells in CFCF, that type shit. So I wrote him, and he wrote me back and said, I don't have time to take on your case or whatever the case may be. He said, but I advise you to consult with your attorney to bar the to bar the to bar prosecution of on grounds of double jeopardy. I still got all this stuff. I mean, later, I still got all this stuff on copies. It's not here at this period, but it's at another
right.
But
right.
but I get that to the lawyer, and he look at that and was like, David Radofsky wrote you? I said, yeah, he wrote me. I said, damn. So I send that in, to the clerk of courts. Everything I'm sending is everything I got. I'm making sure it's copies of this shit. I don't give a fuck about what they say. I'm making sure I shave my ass just in case I lose this case. I can show it to the higher courts.
Right.
The appeal this shit and had grounds is me saying, yo, I told him to appeal it. I've been had grounds of this shit. Like,
right.
All they want to see is you've been saying you did stuff. There's a lot of people that stuck up state for life, and they didn't know what to tell their lawyer, but they say their lawyer should have filed this. How the fuck am I supposed to know? And I don't know the law. I mean, the lawyer know the law. That's not. I mean, so I tell the lawyer this shit, and he keeps saying no, no, I don't agree with your theory. So now I'm about to start another trial. They gave me another 9-month court date after I done sat fucking 2 years.
You sit for another 9 months.
Yeah, I sat another 9 months. So now I got fucking 32 months in or some shit like that. I'm about to start another trial.
Shit, all that time, I ain't gonna lie, man. I might have took that 2 to 4. You about to come up on 4 years sitting down trying to fight this joint.
But it's about principles now.
I understand that, man. When you innocent, I'm innocent.
But listen,
shit, you already spending 4 years in there already.
But listen how this goes. So now the court opponent comes to me and say, "So they got a deal." He said the deal is for burglary, simple assault, and terroristic threats for 11.5 to 23 on house arrest. I said, "Hold on, I was never even charged with none of these charges."
Right.
Now all they want now is
y'all coming up with now y'all want a conviction. That's it. Now they are coming up with whole new charges.
Whole new charges. But I'm not.
Where the rape charge go?
Where's all these charges at? I never got charged with any charge. Now the only charge now is a felony, is the burglary charge, right? So I'm no fool.
This shit crazy.
I know when to tap out, I know when not to tap out. You know what I'm saying? I'm no fool. Now I'm going in here with a court opponent lawyer that don't want to fight. Because if you want to fight, he'll do what I'm telling him to do because it's in black and white. It's not my law.
Trying to get through this case to get to the next one and get to the next one.
Exactly. So I tell him, yeah, fuck it, man. I'll take that shit, man. Put it in front of my back judge. You know what I'm saying? I take the deal, put it in front of my back judge. I'm going home. I just go home on house arrest. So I go down to take the deal. Sign off on the deal. Some lady come in the courtroom and say, "You can't take this deal." He was like, "Why can't he take this deal?" He said, for one, he was never charged with none of these charges. He was never arraigned with none of these charges. So it was like, all right, what that mean? He was like, well, he could take the deal on a simple assault charge and the terroristic threat charge because they misdemeanors. But on a felony charge, since he was never arraigned with none of these charges from the beginning,
you can't take that robbery deal. You can't take that burglary.
Yeah, he can't take the burglary charge. So now they got the deal and they read out the story and said, because you know, once you take the deal, the story change and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So the story now is I go inside her house, argue with her, and leave.
Right.
Now that's the whole story. None about no rape, none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? I just go in I bring in the house, argue with her, and leave. You know what I'm saying? Now, I said, so now they dropped the felony charge, the burglary charge. And I only took the deal for simple assault and misdemeanors. So I sat 3 years for a simple assault and misdemeanor. And now here I am today.
You sat 3 years for simple assault and a misdemeanor, so you never got a felony charge, thank God.
Never got a felony charge.
That's how you okay, so since you came home on house arrest.
No, I didn't even come home on house arrest because my back judge ended up giving me 11.5. I ended up sitting six more months after that because my back judge violated me. He said since I violated him, he was going to give me 11.5 to 23 months in jail.
That's crazy.
he ended up giving me 11 and 23 months in jail, and I ended up filing my own motion as another job.
You must live in the Badlands, man.
So
you must live in the Badlands.
Yeah, I'm up here.
Yeah, I know my people, man. I know my side of North Philly when I hear it, man. You in the Badlands.
They won't even know that these is motherfucking motorcycles too. You know what I mean?
That's it. They're not even cars.
Like, they cars and shit on these motherfuckers.
While you bushing, it'll be a 3-wheel bicycle that sound like that.
They fucking around some Jones.
So
scooters.
Right. So the little motorized scooters.
Yeah.
So you did 3 years, ended up doing 3 years.
38 months, exactly.
Okay, so you ended up doing 38 months on the nose. And you said the whole 9 months you was on a run in the beginning. You had no contact with the accuser. Did you speak to her throughout the trial? After you came home from your 3 years? Have you heard since after all this?
No, I didn't speak to the bitch at all. But I told you when I got locked up.
You never spoke to her again to this day?
No. I told you when I got locked up in Jersey. In Jersey, right. My baby mom, we all called her on three-way, and she was saying, "I'm gonna make sure you get these 10 to 20 years."
Right. I remember that. But I'm talking about ever since that day right there, when you was locked up in Jersey, you to this day right here, you never spoke to her again.
Nope, I ain't never speak to her again. But in the beginning, not in the beginning, before my trial, I had niggas reaching out to her. He was gonna give her $10,000 not to come to court. I mean, you just want to get a friend. I didn't talk to her. I mean, I ain't talk to her.
So you haven't seen her, haven't talked to her nothing since that day?
No.
Have you forgave her for her lies?
No, I don't. No, man. That shit is weird, man. It's just like
it is, because you took 3 years of your life away from you.
I could have got a 25 to 50 year sentence. Man.
Right now, I understand that what you could have got. You could be in prison right now, and like your lawyer was saying, until you were 60, but you still got 3 years of your life taken away. Exactly. That's for sure. I don't want to talk about the couldas and the shouldas. We're gonna talk about what happened though. You got 3 years of your life taken away. So, and all because, and you still haven't gotten a reason on why you did this. You know, and I know, and the 38 people that was in that fucking house know none of the shit you claimed happened. That's why nobody came to court with your dumb ass. That's why your mom ain't write no statement for your dumb ass. Because if something happened to me, my mom was there, she's gonna write a statement too. There's no way to. Everybody in that house, the police is gonna ask everybody in that house for a statement.
Exactly.
So none of this shit makes sense.
Exactly.
The police didn't. It sounded like the police didn't follow procedure the right way, and it sounded like she was lying from the get-go. So it just, the whole case sound weird. But like, let me just say, I'm happy, bro, that you. I understand you lost 3 years of your life, but I'm happy you didn't come out of this thing with a felony. You know what I'm saying? This the second time you was fucking with this. Now I'm happy you left her ass alone for good. After the first time, you should have known leave her the fuck alone when the motherfucker surrounded your crib and she had you on 3-6 and channel 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm happy you realized you really need to leave her the fuck alone once she took 3 years of your life from you. You know what I'm saying? And was making these crazy ass accusations for the second time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy you came out of this joint unscathed. But I really want people to learn, like that cop said when he came to you, he got brothers your age. I want young dudes to learn, man. Learn from this situation. Do not put yourself in these predicaments, man. You never know. Women, I'm telling you, all she got to do is say you raped me, and then you're charged with it, and then they'll get the evidence later.
That's it. But
you got to be careful.
You gotta even watch. It don't even matter who the female is. Watch your baby mom.
Right, everybody, because even your wife can say that you raped her.
No, it's a guy that's in there just right now. His name is Africa. Well, we call him Africa because he's African.
Right.
And we call him Africa. He he's in there for raping his wife. You know what I'm saying? He's never been locked up before. He's been with his wife for 20 years. He got college degrees. He said he was making over $100,000. his wife got access to his bank accounts and all that stuff.
Yeah, she getting all that.
He said he can even pay his bill, but he don't have no access to none of it. And he
right. She got all his bread, so he can't do nothing.
He can't do nothing. So it's like
you got to be careful, man. Look,
they don't help you do nothing. They don't help. Like a public defender don't help you get
women are some of the most scandalous motherfuckers on this earth, man.
Yeah, and if they got somebody
else,
you
gotta be careful.
If they got somebody else in the air, then it's like
you gotta be careful. But listen, man, we coming up on $140, or we over $140. But listen, Hondow, man, I really, really appreciate your story. This is the greatest story we've heard on this podcast. I mean, not this podcast, on this this YouTube channel since we started doing the interviews for the chamber, man. Like this is a great story. We had to make this shit 2 parts, and I'm happy we did. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, that's watching this, John, man. We're gonna go ahead and end it. Shout out to Hondow for coming on, sharing the story. We appreciate everybody tuning in, even through the technical difficulties. I see shit still freezing and everything else, but we decided to tough it on out. I'm gonna send StreamYard a nice little email. I don't know what's going on with them. They've been fucking up for like a good 2 weeks now. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, man, it's been that was a crazy story. I don't know how you survived through that. I'm happy you had the mental capacity and you know what I mean, you were mentally strong enough to even just to get through that, man. Solitary and just 3 years of your life down the drain, wasted fighting for your life, man, because you were facing 20 to 30 years, you know what I'm saying, for something that you didn't do, all based off lies, you know what I'm saying. So I definitely appreciate you coming on and sharing your story with us and our platform and all that good stuff, man. And I definitely appreciate you, bro. And shout out to all the people that's listening and everybody's tuning in, everybody on Facebook, everybody on YouTube, man. We appreciate y'all every week. We'll be back next Wednesday with a new guest, man. I want to remind everybody to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure I hit the notifications button so y'all know we drop new content or when we go live like this. And we'll be back next week, man. Hondow, I appreciate you, bro. And
man,
you got my number, bro. Just hit me up, man.
I got you, dog. Thank you, man. I appreciate you letting me tell everything, man. It's the first time I spoke about it publicly. I speak about it every day. Because every time I meet a new people, I speak about it. Feel me? So
listen, I appreciate you coming on here, and I appreciate us being the first. I feel lucky we the first ones to, you know what I mean, you coming on here to speak about it with. So, you know what I mean, it's definitely love, bro. But yeah, you got my number. Hit us up. Let us know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up. Just text me, bro. You already know it's all love. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Say no more. I appreciate it, man.
All right, bro. I'm trying to get off this joint. This shit's still freezing.
Say he got in the 10, I met him riding the cab. Say you want my take, I told him that be the name. And I can get it all gone if it's good as you say. Do the math, my nigga, why cut it? Why not keep it pure for the